Gosh darn it, we're going to have a good time tonight, or today, or this morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you. Welcome to Vinyl Junkies. I'm looking very forward to this hump day, hanging out with you, listening to some music, and enjoying. Today, we are going to go electronic. We're going to listen to some Perturbator. I can't wait. Before any of that happens, I would like to shout out my friend Uma. She's having herself a breakfast sandwich. She's having a hot pea milk drink. It's like hot chocolate, but instead of it tasting like chocolate, it tastes like a can of peas. Hot. Hot pea milk. She has a drug problem. So I'm going to eat this edible for you. It's orange because I want my... It's an orange edible because I want my vitamin C. That's why I picked the orange gummies, because I want vitamin C. So, my guess is that many of you are going to enjoy this. Anybody who has even a passing interest in electronic music, or more specifically, 80s sound electronic music, retro electronic, oh boy, I think that I have the thing for you. It's the feeling, you know? Deal is that, Perturbator put out a new album just this year. And it was one of those things that I bought blind. I mean, Polum said you should get it, and I kind of know by now what kind of requests, not what kind of requests, but what kind of suggestions Polum makes. So it's like, okay. I saw the name, but the fact is I hadn't heard any of it. And it's like, okay, I'm going to buy it. I'm in. New record, I want to see what it is, right? And I immediately liked it. There was no question. Like, yeah, this is exactly what I like. Yeah. It's got that old 80s synth sound. So I played it. And then I played it again. And then I played it again. And then it wound up showing up on the show. Pretty much on every show. I just kept playing it. And pretty quickly realized, all right, this is obviously an artist that I like a lot if I'm going back to it as often as I do. But had to wait for records to come out, you know? Had to wait for my local shop to find the albums. And that's what happened. Blood Music, the label, it's a label out of Finland, recently reissued all of the catalog. So it's available. The catalog came out just this year. It's available. Mind you, you'd have to ask your shop to order it, kind of thing. I'm pretty sure you got to get it from a distributor. You got to do all of that stuff. Or you can order it directly from the label, but it is available. Or you can order it directly from Bandcamp, for that matter. I'm lucky my record store gets everything, so I just wait around until like a copy comes into the store and then snap it up. Because I did that, another 3 Perturbator records arrived yesterday, and I now have 4 out of 5 of his releases. We did a half-hour set that stretched out to like 45 minutes yesterday of the other stuff that's available, and I dug it. I think all of you did. So, as we were putting together these old man shows, like, okay, well, what do we play, you know? And we decided to do this one. Like, all right, it's not a band that's going to be known by a whole lot of people, so it's not like it's, the marquee title is going to attract the big crowds. On the other hand, I don't care about that anymore. What I care about is hanging out with you guys. spending a couple hours in the middle of the afternoon and passing the time, having a conversation about music. And when I look at it from that perspective, this became a perfect album to play because I know a lot of you are going to like it. And that's the point, right? So we're basically waiting for the crowd to just, build up. You guys know how this works. The lobby builds up and that kind of thing. But are there any of you who have not heard Perturbator yet? Or I'm guessing some of you may have heard it for the first time on the show. Tell me your history. Tell me your experience with this artist. Do you know it? Have you heard it, but not this album? Have you heard it on the show before? Okay, so yeah, Zaidney says you've heard it on the show. Yeah, that's because I play the fucking thing all the time. Roxy, not this album, which is probably exactly why Roxy said what he said, because I play a bunch of it on the album. Pale Companion, just from me on the show. What's been Poseidon, and I know Poseidon's somebody who buys the records. Poseidon, au 33 tours, man, they got him. That's where I got mine. Let me tell you about this. When it comes to these small labels like this, they put out records 500 at a time, 1,000 at a time, and when they disappear, they disappear. So if you like it, my suggestion to you is pick it up, because you're not going to have a choice. And what's going to wind up happening is that this stuff eventually becomes worth something because everybody wants them and all the rest of this. Okay. So yeah, these are available. If you live in Canada, go check out my shop. Au 33 Tours. They have them. They're reasonable too. I mean, I paid my copies, $32 Canadian, which means the records are going to come in at about $27 American. Hot stuff. $27 for a double LP. You're joking. No problem whatsoever, especially if they're well pressed. So I'm going to get into the quality of the pressings and all of that just a little bit later. We got time. We got 4 sides to play. So me, I'm excited because I know what you're going to get. And I know a lot of you are going to like it. So when I see Buddy J. Supra, who doesn't... Oh, Buddy J. Supra says he's very excited. So my guess is that he knows it. Plus, I know him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he knows it. But it's one of those things that if you know it, you're going to love it. If you don't know it, chances are you're going to like it too, man. It's pretty hot stuff. It's really catchy stuff. The comment, as I was doing my set yesterday, like I said, we started off with a half-hour set, and I wound up going 45 minutes. The comment I kept getting is the comment exactly that Grady has just put up right now. Some of the best driving music. More than one of you made reference to the fact that, this is the kind of thing I can imagine crushing the pedal of my car to, the gas pedal to. And yeah, there's no doubt. Like you can absolutely imagine yourself driving at night to this. Now, maybe I'm talking like I already know the record. No, I don't know the record. I've never heard this record. First time. On the other hand, I've now heard, how many? 3 others. I kind of know what the sound is. I kind of know that I've yet to be disappointed by a single tune. All of it. I like all of it. So I'm guessing there's not going to be too many surprises, What are you guys drinking on? I'm always curious, because I have my routine when I do this. Sometimes you notice I show up like maybe a couple of minutes late and that kind of shit. I wait for the 12 retweets, but I had to get my coffee. That's definitely my routine. It seems even in the evening, I like having a coffee and chilling out. I like having a smoke. I dig the idea of people hanging out, especially if they just woke up or if it's the evening. Why? Because if you're somebody who sleeps and it's in the morning, then I know that I'm going to wake you up right. And if you have a coffee, this is going to do it right for you. It's going to put a little bit of pep in your step. Right, Uma? Don't you feel a little peppier now? Don't you feel a little peppier? You do. Right? Have you ever tried green pepper milk? You should try green pepper milk. I hear that the nipples on green peppers are just a little bit bigger than the nipples on peas. Fucking pea milk. This girl. I mean, I love her and everything, but she fucking traumatized me. Pea milk. It's like, can you fucking imagine living with her? Pea milk? Roxy's probably fucking shitting alfalfa sprouts. Pea milk. She lives in the middle of the Garden of Eden. How about red pepper milk? Never mind, red pepper juice. Red pepper juice. Oh, I know, let me juice some celery. Bitch, celery tastes bad no matter how you eat it. Celery soup. Who the fuck eats celery soup? That's the shit that you put in the fucking pantry unless you're too poor. That's the fucking can of soup that winds up at the back of the pantry. It's like if I ever wind up completely broken on welfare and I'm about to be evicted, at least I got a can of fucking celery soup in the back. I mean, who are we kidding? You eat the fucking ramen before you eat the celery soup. This one, pea milk. Pea soup is fucking welfare soup. What makes pea milk good? Pea milk. Never mind, cream of celery. Celery tastes like ass. I hate it. Celery. During this entire thing that I'm trying to lose weight, hey Sam, eat celery. It's like, why? Celery is the only thing that the act of eating makes you even more fucking miserable. If you're on a diet and you want something to tide you over, celery's not the thing. Celery's exactly the snack that's going to put you in a rage and realize how fucking life is unfair. Celery. Celery is fucking God's practical joke on us all. Hey, let me give you this. It tastes like nothing. And you know what? You're going to get a bunch of strings stuck in your teeth. And when you shit, there's going to be strings coming out of your ass too. Celery. It's called celery. You know what celery means in God talk? The joke's on you. That's what it means. Yeah, you got to chew more. I hate celery. All right. But I love Perturbator. Yeah, nobody wants celery. Nobody. I've never heard of a recipe that tastes better with celery in it. You can't go to any fucking cookbook and say, hey, you know what? I know what I want. I want a good recipe with celery. It doesn't exist. The secret ingredient on any cooking show is never celery. Even poor people don't buy celery. Celery. Fucking celery. I don't like it. Oh, you know you could make fucking cheese logs. Yeah, bitch, if I wanted to make cheese logs, I'd fucking put a spoon in a box of Cheese Whiz and I'd eat it direct. I don't need the celery as a boat. Oh, let's make celery boats with cheese. What makes it a fucking boat? If you put celery on water, will it float? It doesn't float, it sinks, right? Then it's not a boat. Celery does not make a good flotation device. Even for cheese. Celery. No, Brussels sprouts taste like shit too. I know, yeah, you can cut them in half, you know, and if you fry them up a little bit in olive oil and you put a bit of salt and pepper. I know, you bitch. I know. Brussels sprouts taste like shit. Get the fuck away from me. That's like fucking little baby midget cabbage that never had a chance. That's why it tastes so bad. Out of spite. It can't taste good like the regular size cabbage. The regular size cabbage tastes fine. You make everything delicious. You can wrap it up, make fucking cigars. What can you make? You can make little fucking Brussels sprout cigars? You can't. You can make it with cabbage. All right? So Brussels sprouts is cabbage with a chip on its shoulder. That's why it's sour. Because it's a fucking bitter, bitter vegetable. It's bitter at the cabbage. It's bitter at the bigger brother. Brussels sprouts. Get the fuck out of my life. Brussels sprouts. I'm guessing that fucking Uma likes Brussels sprouts too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be angry or nothing, but they don't taste good. My shit is not sticky, asshole. I've lost over 50 pounds since August. What have you lost? I wish you would have lost a little bit of your big mouth. Did you ever think of that? Anything like your shit is so sticky. What, have you ever visited my toilet, Jason, in St. Louis? What do you know about my shit? Did you ever think of that? Did you ever think of that? I need more fiber. What do you know about what I eat? What do you know? You know about what I don't eat. Brussels sprouts. I don't eat fucking... Yeah, that's it. Honey, balsamic. No fucking problem. You know what my favorite recipe for Brussels sprouts is? Can I tell you my favorite recipe for Brussels sprouts? What you do is you take Brussels sprouts, you put them on a plate. You don't have to cook them, don't worry. Then what you do is you take a nice big steak, you put it on the grill. You cook the steak both sides, medium. Now, you can just put a bit of salt on the steak if you want. Me, I like Montreal steak spice. You put some Montreal steak spice on the steak, on both sides, medium, right? Then you put that on the plate with the Brussels sprouts. Then you take the entire plate, before you take the plate to the supper table, pass by the garbage, grab the knife, and throw the Brussels sprouts right in the garbage. That's the best Brussels sprout dish that I've ever eaten. That's the best Brussels sprout dish I've ever eaten. Celery is very popular in Chinese food. Dude, I've never eaten celery in Chinese food. I should come to Taiwan, dude. I'm guessing that either you know how to cook or your mother knows how to cook or something. Every Asian person that I've ever known, whenever it is that I've eaten at their house, whenever it is that I've visited with them, for that matter, whenever it is that I've gone to a restaurant with them, they fucking know food. I love it. Have you ever tried hot and sour soup with quail eggs in it? Have you ever eaten quail eggs? They're delicious, you know. Who the hell knew? Quail eggs. I didn't know that you could buy quail eggs, but if you go to those Oriental shops, they sell quail eggs. Delicious. Delicious. Mingya, you know how quickly I would eat in Bangladesh. You don't understand me, that food, I go crazy for it. If I'm not wrong, Bengali cuisine is spicier, right? It's kind of like Northern Indian food versus Southern Indian food. Like a lot of the Northern Indian food, they'll start dealing with the cheesy and the milk and that kind of stuff. They'll put that in their curries. Whereas the South doesn't use any milk-based products, and it's mostly more spicy and pungent. Do I have that right? Bangladesh, feel free to correct me, please. I mean, absolutely feel free to correct me. I approach all this stuff as somebody who loves to eat and loves culture. But I'm a visitor. They use cottage cheese in the South. No, you're fucking with me. See, Bangladesh is an asshole. He says these things. You know why he says it? Because he knows I hate cottage cheese. Not that I hate cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is for white people. Black people don't buy cottage cheese. Italians don't buy cottage cheese. White people, they put cottage cheese in lasagna. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Cottage cheese and lasagna. Get the fuck away from me. Get away from me. I've seen it. White people. I'm going to make you a lasagna just like your mom used to make at home. I need you to go pick up a tub of cottage cheese. Can you get a tub of Philadelphia too? Bitch, what are you making? A cheesecake or a lasagna? You know where you can buy cottage cheese in Italy? Nowhere! It looks to me like I've had the conversation. Okay, no, paneer. No, wait a second. Paneer is a cottage cheese. I didn't know that paneer was a kind of cottage cheese, number one. And number two, Bangladesh. Perhaps you've just corrected me because my understanding was the paneer was mostly used, or these are dishes that were mostly cooked in northern Italy rather than southern Italy. Fucking Italy. My poor grandmother, my sainted nonna, is fucking rolling in her grave. I'm talking about fucking paneer cheese and cottage cheese. She's like, she knows that I've been bastardized. My palate has been bastardized. But that's my understanding, that paneer was a northern Indian thing. You know? No, I know, dude, I know that it's common up north, but for me, you telling me the paneer is southern, that's a surprise to me. I have never gone to southern Indian places, and yes, I've eaten in enough Indian places to know the difference between what the northern Indians cook and what the southern Indians cook. Bengali. I like food, man. I like food. You want to make me happy, Bangladesh? Take me to your house. Let your mother cook for me. You understand? Unless your mother fucking takes out. Unless your mother goes to like Mick Bangladesh and she orders Indian food from like Mick India. Mick Bangladesh. I'll have the sandal curry, please. Yes, extra sandals, please. Make sure that you make the curry. Throw in a pair of dirty sandals that have sat at the bottom of the river Ganges for 30 years, and make sure that you fucking zupate that. I want those curried sandals to fucking zupate all the curries. The more your curry tastes like sandals, the better it is. See, Bangladesh is teaching me things. He's saying that Bengali cuisine is different than the typical Southern Asian food. My understanding of Bengali and what I've eaten from Bengali is I've eaten meats and I've eaten like pretty strong concentrated spices. Like pretty strong spice that I love. You're not Bengali. You're from Pakistan. Well, I've eaten Pakistan. Okay, well, listen, I don't fucking know. I wish I was Indian like you, Bangladesh. I wish I was a Paki. I love the food. That's all I gotta say. Good pakoras. Delicious. Take me to a place that makes good samosas. Delicious. I want good samosas. The good shit. The ones that know how to get the blend between meat and potato right. You understand? Samosas, you can put peas. No problem. You put some samosa, you see peas in samosas, it's delicious. No problem. But you know how you know where you get bad samosas? Can I tell you? When you get the samosas, you break them open, and it's all fucking potatoes. Those fuckers, what they did is they gave you potatoes wrapped up in bread. That's it. A samosa's got to have the proper mix of meat and vegetables. It's got to have both. Yes, there's vegetarian. I know there's vegetarian. But even vegetarian, it's got to be a little bit different. They can't just all be fucking boiled potatoes. Do you understand what I'm saying? And don't tell me if anybody eats Indian food, you know what I'm talking about. Have you ever gone to a fucking restaurant and you go there and you know you order some stuff to take home? Hey, I'd like a dozen samosas. You go home and it's all fucking potatoes. Might as well go buy a bag of potatoes at the grocery store and boil them. You know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about here, Bangladesh? Have you ever gone and eaten the fucking samosas and it's all potato and they put nothing else inside? You know, right? They figure we're just going to boil potatoes and it's going to like... the spice is going to take over. No, the spice isn't going to take over. You know what happens? Can I tell you what the problem is? Can I tell you what the problem is? When a samosa has too much potato in it. Can I tell you? Okay? Yes, I understand, but potato has to be a certain dish. Can I tell you what's wrong with too much potato in the samosas? Can I tell you, Bangladesh? Trust me, I'm part Pakistani. Potatoes, they don't fucking soak up spice proper. You understand? There's some... potatoes, what's delicious about it is that potatoes break down. So they starch things up. They thicken a sauce. They starch up the food. That's what makes potatoes good. But if you use potato just as an ingredient, the potato does not soak up fucking deliciousness. A potato is an ingredient, a good ingredient. It creates starchiness. But in the end, if you're just using it as the main thing, what are you going to wind up getting? A potato wrapped in bread. You have to have some other stuff. The fucking spices. You have to have some vegetables inside. That's where the peas come into the picture. That's where it is that, put in a little bit of fucking tomato. You need something. That's what's good about tomato. Okay? That's why tomato is so important when you're making curries. Okay? Because tomato soaks up spice like a motherfucker. So it's not just the tomato. It's the fact that it soaks up all the spice. You know how it is that I said the potato helps make the sauce by adding the starch? The tomato adds the fucking juice. The tomato adds that fucking water base that allows all the spices to mix up together. The tomato is what helps break down the fucking starch in the potatoes. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And that's what makes a good fucking samosa. But it's going to be too watery. No, not if you drain your fucking stuff properly. And then you take the fucking bread and you deep fry the samosas. Have you ever tried a fresh samosa taken straight out of the oil? Have you ever tried this? Have you ever tried it? Delicious. You fucking put in, what's that, that fucking root, that red root that you can make the sauce with? Tamarind. You make a nice red little tamarind sauce. A tamarind sauce. Tamarind sauce is bitter. You'll make a delicious fucking tamarind sauce. You grab a good samosa, a good one. You dip it in a fresh, just straight out of the hot oil. You dip it in some delicious tamarind sauce. That's the shit. That's the shit. Listen to me, fuckface. Garlic naan. You bought that shit at a grocery store. All it tells me, Gladdick, is that all you know about naan is grocery stores. Do you know anything about naan at all? Anything! Do you know how naan bread is made? Do you know what a naan oven is? You don't. It's a fucking pit. It's a clay pit. And the way you make naan bread is you take the dough, you flatten it out. A tandoor oven, exactly. You flatten it out and you stick it to the side of the fucking thing. You stick it to the side. And that's why you see burn marks on it. Okay? And you stick it on both sides. The fucking bread is delicious. Where do you put garlic in it? You don't put garlic in it. You can put garlic maybe on the top. You can fucking dunk it in some nice chicken curries or whatever. You dunk it. Okay. But you don't put fucking garlic in a naan bread. Bangladesh, am I right? This guy understands nothing. This guy understands nothing. No, where you went is the fucking Olive Garden. But you went to the Olive Garden, but Indian food. The chickpea garden. That's where you went. You went to the chickpea garden. The lentil garden. You went to the fucking lentil garden. This guy. Gladek, you don't know food. You know electronic music, Gladek, but you don't know food. I can tell already that you don't know food. Besides Croatian. You're Croatian, yes? The fuck do Croatians know about food? What have Croatians ever added to this society? Besides Borat. Besides Borat, what do you guys make? Fucking pierogies? What do you make? I know what I'm talking about. My best friend is Croatian. My best friend is Croatian. You make all those fucking cured meats, half cured. They're kind of okay. Croatians might have alcohol if I could add to this society, to this world. Croatian food. Oh, have you ever heard any of your friends say, hey, or anybody that knows anything about food, have you ever went to a foodie and said, hey, you know what? I really want to try something delicious. Let's go to that new Croatian, that new Croatian restaurant around the corner. Oh, you mean in the Croatian district? Oh, yeah, that place, it's one Croatian restaurant after another. You got to try them all. No, you don't fucking hear that. When you think about Croatia, you think about shitty cars and terrorists and characters on fucking Grand Theft Auto. That's what you think of. And Borat. That's it! Poor Balkan. Poor fucking Gladek. I'm just playing with you. My friend's Croatian. Of course she's Croatian. I've tried Croatian alcohol. If you name me the spirit, the strong shit, I'll remember it. I've tried strong shit from everywhere. I think it's from Peru. Is it from Peru? Do we have any Peruvian friends here? Is it from Peru that the spirits, is called pisco? There's one South American country or culture, and their aquavit, their moonshine is called pisco. Fucking delicious. I think it's Peru, but I have a feeling I might also be wrong. Like the minute it is that you say something else, I'll remember if it's a mistake. But pisco. Peru and Chile, exactly. Peru and Chile. Chile was the one that I thought about. Listen to me, Borat is Croatian. What do you know? What do you know? Pisco. Have you ever tried pisco? Pisco's fucking delicious. Can I tell you what a good aquavit does? Here I know that Jiu-Jitsu, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Jiu-Jitsu, she knows her alcohol. She fucking knows her alcohol. It's pretty clear she's worked in restaurants. Okay? A good aquavit digests. You have that little shot that makes everything better. It's just to finish off the meal. It fucking cleanses the palate. You understand? And it helps the digestion. It's beautiful. It's strong. It cleanses the palate. Whereas aperitivo is bitter. Borat is Croatian. Stop right now. Azamat Bagatov. You understand? Whereas an aperitivo, the bitterness, an important part of aperitivos is bitterness. And that opens up the taste buds. You understand? It prepares them for other flavors. Did you know that? So when you drink a spirit at the end, you drink a digestivo, fucking kills everything. It just... And then you have a cigar on top of that. What it does, it's like it cleanses the palate. So you can taste that cigar. You understand? And if you want to have a scotch after or that kind of thing. No, I don't know Ashvar, dude. It's Bosnia. I never said it was Bosnia. I said it was Croatian. What is Ajvar? Can somebody tell me? I've never heard of Ajvar. I've legit never heard of Ajvar. And I kind of make it my business to try food from everywhere. Food, drink from everywhere. So I'm always excited when I hear Ivar. Is that how it's pronounced? Okay. Yeah, I'm always keen on listening to new stuff. I know it's fucking Kazakhstan, asshole. Do you understand that I know this? Do you understand, Jason? I mean, are you sure you're a ween guy? Do you even understand irony? Do you understand humor? Do you understand this? Or are you one of those fucking guys who has the letters that everything I take, you take it serious? Yeah, politically correct. That's exactly it. You know, as far as I'm concerned, anybody that took all of this and took it like racism should probably leave. Jason, do you realize that now you're actually beginning to bother me? I was making a fucking joke. I know it's Croatian. I've seen Borat fucking 20 times. But at this point, you know what it is that I'm getting into with you, Jason St. Louis? What it is that I'm doing is I'm getting into online argument with you. And I have the perfect way of getting rid of online argument in my life. I get rid of the person I'm arguing with. It's my prerogative. It's my prerogative. It is. I know it's not Croatian, you fucking idiot! Is this guy for real or is he trolling me? Yes, I need a hug. Listen, I'm just trying to do my show. I know I said Croatian. Stop. Montenegro. You mean like the sparkling water? Have you ever tried that sparkling water, the Montenegro? It's delicious. It's really good. Why are all sparkling waters in Italy named after saints? What do saints have to do with sparkling water? What do saints have to do with bubbles in the water? Did you ever think of that? You ever think of that? That's why you come to this channel. I think of it for you. I think of it for you. Now I'm going to need some fucking dipshit to take everything that I'm saying seriously. Listen. If I'm off brand for you, you know what I suggest? Go fucking to another brand. Go. Don't let me upset you. Don't let me upset you. Don't let me offend you. Go away. The offense disappears immediately. You're actually Serbian. Did you know that I'm half Sufjan? I have a little bit of Sufjan in me. Did you know? I come from the land of Sufjan. So yes, I'm looking forward to this. I bought more Sufjan records, by the way. Monday we were supposed to do Carrie and Lowell. And I didn't get the record in time. I got it today. Richard is not a fan of this album. Okay, so that means that you're going to shut up from now on and just leave, right, Richard? Bye. Thanks for your opinion. Now fuck off. You got to love these people, right? You're being invited to a meal. And they're telling you, you know what? Today's meal, and it says right there, like in the invite, it says, today's meal. Okay, what it is that I'm going to serve as the main course today is Perturbator. Let's call it roast beef. I'm going to serve you roast beef for dinner, and you invite somebody for dinner. They come to your house, and you know what they say? I don't like roast beef. Do you realize that makes you a fucking idiot? If you don't like roast beef, why are you here? If you don't like the album, go away. Go away. Go away. I mean, what? You're doing me a favor by being here? You gotta love these people online. You know, it's like they need to tell you that they don't like something. Shut up! That's why I go to the internet to have fun. I hang out with people who tell me all day long what they don't like. Asshole, the way it is, the reason it is that I did this group, you know why I built Vinyl Junkies? So I can hang out with people who do like. And with people who are open-minded enough to listen to stuff that's outside what they like. You understand? I don't like being around people who feel the need to tell everybody what they don't like. I don't like that. You understand that I don't like that? But Sam, you complain all the time. Yeah, I'm doing a show. I'm doing a show. You understand? Do you understand what the difference is? If I come to your house, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you know what? What happened? Did your dog take a shit on the floor? Was it diarrhea or something? Because I see a shit stain on the floor. You're sure you wiped properly? The curtains. I'm just wondering. Yeah, the curtains, I think they might be a little outdated. You might want, I mean, what? What? Is any of this making sense to you? Your mom taught you good, if I sound like your mom. You still have a relationship with her? There you go. Go kiss your mom. You're starting to sound like my mom, this guy. So what you're telling me is that the best Croatian dishes are Turkish. Yes? She's a bit of a narcissist. I guess I'm a bit of a narcissist too. That's okay. You know, I don't feel like talking about that. Is she a sociopath? All right. We got 4 sides of music to listen to. I'm happy to be here with all of you. If you like what we do, you like what we do? I hope so. I like Turks, I like Greeks, I like everybody. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. None. Don't hate anybody. Be who you are. I judge a person on the person. That's it. All right. 4 sides. Will this one stay on after? I don't know. What label is it? It can't be. Is it mute? If it has anything to do with mute, we're fucked. Enjoy this live, and don't expect to see it again unless you see it on a Twitch rerun. You know what I'm saying? New people. If you like what we do here, I'm glad. You'll notice that we have a rousing conversation. The reason for that is that we all know each other here, you understand? That's who I do this for. I do it for the people that I know. Capiche? Like fucking Kowalski, I know him. So if you like what we do, become a patron. Support. Become a patron. Let us get to know you. Join the conversation. You understand? Patreon.com/vinyljunkies is where you could do that. You could become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Okay? Good. I'm your vibe dealer. Did I put you in a good mood? When you go visit your mother, trucker, does she put you in a good mood, or is it one of those things where you come back with the achita? Do you come back with the agita when you visit your mother? I want to know. I'm just trying to figure out if you love your mother or not. Because maybe you and me, we got this thing where it's like, I remind you too much of your mother, you understand? She drains you like a battery. Do I drain you? She drains you like a battery. She drains me like the fucking... She drains me like the battery life on a 10-year-old Android phone. I only drain you when I start yelling. Dudes, listen, it's part of it. It's... Do you understand how liberating it is? Do you understand how liberating it is to yell? Do you get it? Do you understand that I say to everybody, this is a safe space? It is for me too. Anger is an energy. You could do good things. Yes, there's a catharsis to it. And I use it as an ingredient, you understand? I use it as an ingredient. I'm just trying to create the right stew. I get on here every single day. 615 today. 615 straight days. Okay? And basically all I'm doing, and I think that this analogy could not be more perfect. This metaphor could not be more perfect. All I'm doing is I'm working on making a perfect stew. And I know that it's not perfect. I think I have a pretty decent palate. And what it is that I do is it's exactly that. I'm able to pick out little elements, you know? In music, in my food and drink. I've always just loved that stuff. Ultimately, when it comes to this show, it's exactly that. I'm trying to create my perfect stew. Perfect. What does that mean? I want it to be the house specialty, which means that you can only get it here. I'm not looking to be the best of anything. What I'm looking to do is create the house specialty, something that you get only here. It's a flavor that you find only at Vinyl Junkies. And I am the first person to say that I have not perfected the stew. I haven't. It takes 10,000 hours to perfect the stew. I'm somewhere between hour 3 and 4,000. Capiche? How do you perfect it? You keep fucking working at it. You keep working at every element. How finely should you chop the ingredients? How long does it need to stew? What needs to be fried? What needs to broil? What needs to be simmered down? How long for each of them? Every little aspect counts. And the only way that you get to every little aspect is if you put a lot of time into your craft. So, I'm only, let's say, 35% of my journey towards becoming a master. But if I use the restaurant analogy, I think that I've built up a shack where anybody that knows it knows. Go visit Sam's Shack. Go visit Vinyl Junkies. The fucker, if you're looking for this flavor, you're not going to get this flavor anywhere else. That's the shack you get it at. The equivalent of the mom and pop hole-in-the-wall restaurant. That's amazing. It's the best in the city, but nobody knows it. Only the real ones know it. That's where I'm at right now. Only the real ones. That's it. I'm not the Olive Garden yet. I don't want to be the Olive Garden. Emergency alert. What the fuck is this? This is a test of the alert ready. There is no danger to your health or safety. If this would have been an actual emergency, you would now hear instructions for protecting yourself. Ma, go fuck yourself. My tax dollars at work. Give somebody a heart attack in the middle of the fucking day. Hey, you know what? You're not under attack and you're not dying. But if you were, this is where... Come on. I feel like I just went through a fire drill. It's been a few years since I left elementary school, you know? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Me, I like doing this right. I put a lot of work into this. Do I have the ingredients right? I know that I don't. Too much of this, not enough of that, it makes it off. It's good, it could be tasty, but it's not perfect. So is there too much pregame? Am I doing the pregame right? Is there not enough focus on the music strictly? I know I have my answers, but I also know that I still ask the questions. Because I'm not certain. Why do I talk about this the way I talk about this? Not to be a narcissist. Because I would think that having a look inside the process is interesting, because we all have our own process and we all have our own thing that we work on. At least we should be working on something. The minute, work on something, whatever it is, even if it's a jigsaw puzzle, just work on something. The minute you put your attention towards something, you're building. Your muscles in the brain are fucking building. You're keeping this up here just busy all the time. It's important. And it keeps you away from fucking going inside your own head and getting caught up in all that fucking wiring that you picked up early on in your life, all your fucking early traumas. You got to rewire your own brain. I'm telling you, I'm speaking for experience here. You have to rewire your own brain. It takes a long, long, long time. And the thing that helps most is habit. You got to have habits. And if you just focus on something, you'll get closer to being better at it. Anything you truly love. What do you truly love? I mean this. What do you truly love? And I'm genuine about asking. Like, I'm not just, this is not a question I'm asking just engage the audience question. I'm genuinely interested because I want to learn for myself, okay? If you had a chance right now to do whatever you could, okay? You gotta do something. What would you want to do for the rest of your fucking life? If you could do one thing, let's say, I don't know, you fucking make scotch tape for a living or something miserable like that, okay? Like, God forbid you fucking work at a tape factory. That's what I'm saying. That would be like the worst. If you could leave the tape factory right now and do whatever you want, okay, and assume that it would work. Assume that it would work. So even if you have some crazy idea, assume that it would work, not that you have to get it off the ground. Just, I'm asking about just the dream. The dream. What would it be? Bangladesh would be an F1 driver. Roxy, record shop, breakfast, lunch counter. Write direct movies. Journalist. Okay, so Gertz, now we're talking about somebody who does what he loves. So what you're saying, Gertz, is that you are living the dream for you. You can't imagine doing anything else. You're living the dream, in which case, for me. Record coffee store. I understand that. It's hard work. It's hard fucking work. Be a reporter. What do you want to report on, though? Be more specific than that. What kind of a reporter? Editorials? Building your own virtual worlds. But Horst, can I tell you something? These are questions for patrons. I am engaging my audience right now, so I would like to invite you, Borscht. Is that his name, Borscht? Horst. Borscht. Listen to me, Borscht. Borscht. If you like what we do, you could become a patron. Join the conversation. Let us get to know you. Patreon.com/VinylJunkie. So what I'm saying, listen for free. But if you want to join the conversation and be part of the community, become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. I invite you. So look, I mean, if I take a look at all of these answers, so much of it is music. So much of it is art. What it is that you're saying, most of you, is, I want to be involved with art. That's the part of my brain I would like to exercise more than anything else. Jellyman, same thing to you. Chats for patrons. It's a great idea. Coffee shop on a boat in Amsterdam, that's a boat I would visit. But respect the room. Become a patron if you like it, if you want to join the conversation. Thanks. And if you're Dutch, I know you understand English. You motherfuckers all understand English. I love your country. I love it. Kajabi is his own boss. He supports his family. You don't love work. Okay, but that's exactly what I mean. When you love it, you don't mind putting in the hours. You don't mind. You do it. You do it. You do it. You don't stop. I love work. I fucking love work. Love it. You know why? Because I do exactly what I want to do. I am living the motherfucking dream. With all of the difficult part that comes with it. There's difficult parts to everything. I am doing exactly what I want. It started off as a hobby. And I had to make a complete commitment to it and say, no, man, I ride or I die. I sink or I fucking swim. And I keep swimming until I make it happen. And I'm still building that. I'm still building it. I'm still making it happen. I'm still trying to put the foundation under us. So that it can be here forever. So that it can become a cultural beacon. That shack in the city that serves the best fucking whatever it is that I serve to you. I don't even know. What is it that you would call what I serve to you? Gonzo fucking radio, I guess. You can't get it like me anywhere else. That's it. That's gotta be good enough. If you're your best you, that's good enough. That's it. You've succeeded at life. I mean it. You've succeeded at life if you're your best you. Just keep fucking working at it. Because anybody who's really their best to them never stops working. Never stops trying to get better. Never. Always fucking grinds. Always puts in the work. It's what it takes. I did not build a life financially, sir. I did not build anything financially before starting this. I literally just took the risk and poured everything that I have into doing what I do here at Vinyl Junkies. And literally, you remember the early days I used to ask people directly through messages, become a patron. I beat the bushes, and I still beat the bushes now. I hustle. It's the same thing that other people or naysayers call begging. I hustle. I'm still building it, and I know that I don't feel secure. You know? One of the DJs that you follow mentioned missing the comfort of a 9-to-5 job. He said that the hard work and the highs and lows of being an artist is way more rewarding. Yes, that's exactly right. It is. It's more rewarding. You know that it's all on you, so there's no excuse. You can't blame, oh, it's this piece, it's that piece. It's you. And if something's fucked, then it's up to you to unfuck yourself. You place the responsibility, everything squarely on your own shoulders, and that means that you sink or swim with it. And that means that when it's yours, you know it's yours. Nobody can take it from you. So there's no fucking idiot who can call me a beggar. There's no idiot that can call me anything, because I've worked to be exactly what I am. That's it. When you built it and you put the hours, you know what happens? You develop an extreme type of self-confidence. Because you know you put the time in. You're not bullshitting yourself. You're proving it every day. That's what it takes. I bought records before the show got started. That costs money. Well, yes, of course. But I bought records as a fan. I didn't buy records for because it's what I do. I bought records as a fan. So I started off with 6,000 records before I ever made this my full-time job. So I'm not sure that argument counts for anything. And before I bought 6,000 records, I bought 5,000 CDs. And before that, I bought about 1,000 records and tapes combined. So, I mean, altogether, I've bought thousands, tens of thousands of records, over 10,000 records, you know? But you see, that's what it is that I did. Even back then, you build what you like. I can't explain it any other way but you got to work your ass off. No, I didn't have a 9 to 5. I had a nervous breakdown. That's what I had. I was disabled. I had a nervous breakdown from the 9 to 5. You got it completely wrong, Jake. I was being put together by a psychiatrist. Society and the world that you live in, the 9 to 5 and all that bullshit that you live in, broke me. Seeing what people had to do in order to make a living, the bullshit, the masks that they got to put on to be around each other, it broke me because I realized that it's dishonest. It's just not me. I can't do it. I have no facility in it. And I know that I could never be good at it. So ultimately, I knew that if I lived in that world, I'd be doomed for failure. So I decided to live in mine. And when I decided to live in mine, I went all in. To the point where I made a conscious choice as I was having my nervous breakdown. You know what? If I have to be poor for the rest of my fucking life, poor, I would rather be poor than have to continue living in this world with those rules, with that mask. That's where I paid the price. So you keep pointing to the 9 to 5, and you have to realize that the 9 to 5 was exactly the breaking point. You understand? Are you in a job right now that's fucking breaking your soul? Think on it. I'm not trying to fucking disturb you. If anything, what it is that you should do is feel, hey, you know what? This guy gets me. I'm not alone. That's what it should tell you. And what it should fucking tell you is that if I was there, look at where I am now. Sam, who the fuck do you think you are, where you are now? I don't need to be a success to anybody but myself. I'm a happy human being. I do exactly what I want, and I live exactly by my rules, and I hang out exactly with who I want. And I do it every day, and I work my balls off every day to make it a reality. But if you're stuck in something that's crushing your fucking soul, you're in the wrong place. There's a purpose to you. Find your fucking purpose. I'm serious. Find your purpose. You have to. You're better. The world is better if you find what you're good at. It's your responsibility to find what you're good at and work at it. It's better to fail at doing something that you're supposed to be doing. It's better to fail miserably at something that you're passionate about. Because at the end of the entire thing, if you know that you gave it everything, if you know that you fucking put every ounce of sweat and blood into making your dream work and it didn't work, you know. And at that point, when you go get that job somewhere else, you can say, you know what, I tried. At least you can say you fucking put everything. At least you have that. And that's where I'm at. I was willing to do anything to make this work, and I'm still willing to do anything. Include work 616 straight fucking days. Do you understand? And it's precisely because nobody owns it to me. Nobody owes it to me. It's precisely because it's my dream that I put everything into it. It's what it took. I'd be wealthier right now, money-wise, if I was still a banker. On the other hand, I might not be alive if I was still a banker. Because before I had my nervous breakdown, I wanted to put a gun to my head and kill myself. Living in your world, putting on your mask, following your rules and your etiquette. I'm not made for that world. It's dishonest. It's not for me. You know? Nah, dude, musicianship is what you want to make it. You have to fucking, if you really have music in your heart and you think you want to make it, then pay the fucking cost. Pay the cost. Put in the road miles, put work on it. And work on it honest. And it's ugly and it's thankless. But you don't have to have the entire world as your audience. All you need to do is find enough of your audience to pay your bills. All you got to do is find enough of your audience to be able to build something that doesn't go away. And your legacy is what you make it. But you got to start somewhere. You know? One of my things, anybody that catches this show, one of my things that I say all the time, don't expect me to be perfect. I'm not fucking doing it. That's not me giving myself a license to be an asshole. That's me giving me a license to be a human being that's imperfect. Because out there in life, society, you're not allowed to have a bad day. It'll hurt your productivity. No. That's a cog of a fucking machine I didn't want to be part of. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how it is that I got into all of that. It's just stream of consciousness. And I'm no fucking motivational speaker either. And I'm no fucking recipe. I'm no big success story. I'm not a fucking millionaire. I'm a guy I'm a human being just like you. I'm a guy just like you. With bills just like you. So, but I'm doing exactly what I want in life though. Exactly what I want. I'm real as they come. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm fucking proud of what I see. Sam, you're a fucking badass. Not because you're perfect. Not because the millions of people love you. No. But because you got the balls to be honest. Because you have the balls to fall down in public if you fall down. You have the balls to make mistakes. And you have enough character to own it. And to me, these are the foundations. So, perfection doesn't exist, but better exists. Better always exists. So what you do is you keep working towards an ideal that can never be achieved. But to spend a life working towards ideals is a life worth living. Certainly a life that fucking says that you're being honest with yourself. So, me? What do? I play records all day. I got maybe 8,000 records in here now. nearly 7,000 just in the archive. And I fuck with this every day. And I built this virtual room so that all of us can hang out the way we hang out here. And make friends and be honest with each other. And take off the armor. And for any new people who come here and listen to this and they think, oh, well, you know, wait a second. Aren't we supposed to be listening to Perturbator? No, you're supposed to be listening to my fucking show. That's it. And if you understand the show, you understand that you are part of the show. You guys, the participation part is for real. You are part of the fucking show. And we're making it up as we go along. Is this part too long? Should you be boiling it down? I don't know. I'm only 35% of the way in my fucking journey. But I can tell you one thing. Pack a fucking lunch and bet on it. I'm going to complete the other 65%. I will. Because at the end of that, by my own estimation too, ain't nobody can tell me shit. I'm only 1/3 of the way towards figuring it out. You understand? Only 1/3 of the way towards figuring it out. I don't know 2/3 of what I'm supposed to know. I'm lacking 2/3 of the experience necessary to become a master. If I think of it that way, it's like, holy fuck, I'll never get there. Instead, you know what you do? Buy a good pair of fucking boots and hike. Move. Do it. Every day. Every day. Every day. Don't fucking stop. It's what it takes. It's what it takes, but it's worth it. You have to. So for me, I'll have music that's going to be the soundtrack to my life now as I build all of this with you. Perturbator is going to be one of those. You know? Any of you who've been watching this since the end of August, let's say since August, what are we, mid-November now? I've lost over 50 fucking pounds. Because I had trouble finding time for it, I started doing it on air. It's like, fuck it, I don't care what I look like. Yeah, I'm an old fat guy fucking trying to put in a bit of, just trying to do something to make himself a bit healthier. Yeah, I don't care what I look like. I don't. I do it for me. And why do I have the balls enough to do this kind of a show? Because I think that if we had this conversation face to face, it would be a conversation that had meaning. So I'm trying to create a personal virtual space so that the conversation can still have meaning. And I don't know everything, but you may benefit from a 51-year-old guy who spent 30 years in therapy and overcame many fucking obstacles to be doing exactly what he wants in life. Just a blue-collar Joe doing what he wants, though. Stacking bricks to his own house. Motherfucker, that's me. Make it you. You know why? Because you and me, we ain't that different. I'm a regular person just like you. I mean, I fucking mean it. Ah, you see Zenyi. Zenyi spotted the fact that the headband matches the shirt. Hey, look at that. I'm fucking fashionably consciousness. Do you like what I do? Sorry if it rattles your cage. Sorry if it's not on topic. It is on topic. The topic of this show is Gonzo Radio. On the menu today, Perturbator. On Friday, it'll be a different album. But when you tune in, Gonzo fucking Radio. One day it's one thing, another day it's another thing. We talked about food. That's the most important thing that you need to get out of this. That celery should not exist. Fucking celery. Oh, but you know, I got celery milk. Celery milk. When somebody's going out and buying pea milk, you know that bitch will fucking buy anything that has the word milk attached to it after. As long as you put milk in the title, she'll buy it. Pea milk. Are you even thinking? What is pea milk? It confuses me. Is it just fucking pea soup? Pea milk. All right. I got a nice cup of coffee. You know what makes me laugh when I go this way? Is that I kind of realize every time I start like going on a big rant and stuff, there's one point of self-awareness where it's like, you realize, Sam, the reason it is that you have all of this energy is because you just smashed 3 coffees and you're high as balls. The edible kicked in. And I got some fucking mushroom after effect from yesterday. I did mushrooms yesterday. And every time I do mushrooms, I feel fucking awesome. I love mushrooms. Love them. Love them. You know? So you guys know I wear this Apple Watch for my health is why I bought it. And ultimately, it's worked. And I plan to make it continue working. But there's these monthly challenges that you can get. Okay? And the monthly challenge for me, for November, for all people who use this, for November is complete 17 workouts in the month. As long as you complete 17 workouts and you have the entire month of November to do it, you win. Today is November the 17th. Right? So I'm going to complete my workout while I do this, and I'm going to get that ring today. And it's going to have taken me 17 days to get my fucking thing. I did it perfect. Yeah, motherfucker, it matters. It does. That's how I keep myself motivated. Pale Companion wants to know about Agalok. You just said I'm familiar, but did you listen to any albums? I have not. Dude, send Agalok records. Reach me through Patreon. Really, reach me through Patreon. You put Agalok records inside the archive, I'm going to listen to them. I'm a metalhead. I've got at least 500 metal records. So, you're talking to the right guy, man. My metal collection, can I tell you how it goes? Okay, just to tell you what my metal collection is. You see each of these things, these rows? I'm talking about the top row up there, okay? The top row up there. That top row starts here in the room, okay? And it goes all around until here. That's how many metal records I have. The metal collection represents the top row all across the room. So, bitch, I'm gonna listen to fucking Agalok. Send me a message. Send me a message, Pale Companion. Do you understand? 20 cubes? No, it's more than 20. Yeah, it's about 20 cubes. It's about 20 cubes. It's true, eh? You guys kind of measure how many records you have with cubes. I can send me a message. Listen to me, Pale Companion. Right now, I've been in a complete... This is the part of the show where I interact with you guys and I answer the questions and shit. And I just want you to know that if you've been catching the show Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you know there's always one guy who's a fucking pain in the ass. I want you to know, Pale Companion, that today, you're that guy. I already fucking told you, send me a message! Send me a message! Ah! This fucking guy. This is the customer service part of the show. If you like my manner, you like the show, this is what we do. Go become a patron. Become a part of the conversation, and maybe I'll yell at you just like I yelled at Pale Companion. I yelled at Pale Companion because he wants to send me money for records. Fuck, how do you do that, Sam? Listen. I got what they call the fucking charm. I'm a charming motherfucker. Because I crossed that line between truth and humor, you understand? It's a razor's edge. It's a razor's edge. Go become a patron. Patreon.com/Final Junkies. Become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Me, I'm your vibe merchant, and I still have a full cup of coffee. And I'm going to put in some time, if you guys don't mind. And we're going to listen to Perturbator. That good? You just heard me yelling. I was yelling because I knew you were coming. You were my saving angel. My entire world was going terribly downhill until you showed up, Angel. You are my special angel. Do you know that song? You understand? Do you understand what I'm talking to you about? Have you ever heard of Leaping Lanny Poffo? Do you know who Leaping Lanny Poffo is? That's what I'm saying. How high did the patron count get to in October? 913. So we're working towards 913. We'll get there, man. We'll get there. One at a time, man. You don't worry about the ones that aren't. You don't worry about the ones who won't. You worry about making a connection with those who will. And there's always people who you're making connections with. Always. Joe McTavish. Where the fuck are you? Joe. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Where are you, Joe? Fucking Joe. I got a Joe. Fucking Joes. I hate Joes. Joe. Your patron 878. Superior creature, Joe.
Hello, superior creature.
Are you okay? Joe. Who the fuck is Joe? Is he here? Snedden. Go become a patron. Did you hear the part about the chat? Listen to me, okay? This is a community that we talk to all the time, Angel. All the time. Same people. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're here every evening, 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. The chat's for patrons because that's where we connect with each other. Joe Talbot of Idols is a patron. Did you know that?
I wouldn't let you anywhere near my fucking milk.
That's fucking Joe Talbot telling me he wouldn't let me anywhere near his milk. Do you understand? Because I made him understand that maybe he doesn't want his milk to taste so good. There are some things that he would not accept. Kabish? You have to listen to the episodes to know what I brought out as an example. I laid out a very elaborate example of how you can make the best fucking chocolate milk ever. And I made him realize that maybe he doesn't want the best chocolate milk in the world. There are places he is not willing to go. And those places exist in my imagination. And now we're friends. Now we're friends.
Pick the beans out of the poop.
The beans out of the poop. Yes. I told him all about the Kopi Luwak coffee. I did. And now when they come to Montreal, they'll hang. Will I get him here? Maybe. We'll see. It was cool to do Idols and have, who was it? Was it the drummer that was with us during the show? By the way, Idols was blocked for a while. It's been unblocked now. So those of you who want to look up Old Man Listens to Idols Crawler, I would say now's the time to do it. It was really quite a special moment in our community. There was a lot of love there, and I mean, the album's phenomenal. We got an email from management saying that the band loved it. They loved it. So, idols are definitely part of this community, just as much as we are part of theirs. No band gets it right more than them. All right, Angel, so did you become a patron or what? I'm just wondering. Because I know that you saw me mention the part about like chat being for patrons and me inviting you, giving you a personal invite, Angel, to become a patron. So I'm just wondering, which part of it is it? I mean, you don't have to, but chat's for patrons. I'd rather you stay. Okay, well, if you're skint, then just respect the fact that chat is for patrons. I'm okay with the fact that you're skint. I get it. I got bills to pay. That's why chat's got to be for patrons, because I got bills to pay. Somebody who is skint probably understands the value of money a ton, and I respect that. I respect my time also. And I speak to my patrons. That's who I do my radio show for. So, and when you can, you'll be most welcome. See what I mean? Yeah, I know nobody else on the internet does it quite like this, but I do it like this, we do it like this, and somehow I make it work. An hour and a half, I haven't played a fucking note yet. And the audience seems to just go up. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Why does the audience grow so much when there's like the pregame? Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of the people, right, who get angry because it's like, oh, the music's not starting, right? And we got an entire response all sorted out and many different variations for when somebody tells me to press play. But it's certainly something that I've seen. The audience count goes up during the talking bits. And now I'm going to start the record, and the interest wanes once the music starts. And what I'm saying to you is, why do you think that is? I don't know. So I just asked the audience straight up, what is it among you that would stop the thing once the music starts? People like me talking. Okay, well, I mean, ultimately, that's why it is that I make it part of the show. And
motherfucker, I got charisma. You ain't got shit.
That's me, charisma. See, not now. My producer's he's finally fucking earning his keep. Look at him, smart guy. I'm talking directly to you guys, Mac Attack. My smooth radio voice, Pale Companion. I'm talking to you guys. It's our time together. We're working out the kinks together. It's awesome. Thank you for being part of real-time radio. That's what Gonzo radio is. It's fucking real-time. It's reactive. Right now. You guys. You understand? You see? If you're not feeling it, you leave. Okay, no, but Purple Haze, this is what I'm asking. You're saying sometimes if I'm not feeling it, you'll leave. You mean the music is what would make you go? Is that what it is? I don't know. All right. Let's listen to this, okay? Honestly, this is some great stuff. When you miss a show, I'll just scrub through and see what you had to say else that okay. I see. So let me ask you a question, Future, if I may. And guys, I'm asking because I'm hoping to have a discussion. I'd like to learn, right? When you miss a show, you say you'll scrub through and see what you had to say that day. What you mean is, let's say you're listening to one of the shows, okay? Let's say you're listening to one of the regular virus shows, okay, after the fact. What you're saying is that you fast forward through the music. Or are you saying that you're fast forwarding the music to get to the talking bits? Because that's the part that I try to figure out. It's not like I'm following a formula here. It's not like I went to broadcast school. It's not like I'm a fucking genius. I'm a guy like you who's just figuring it out. So the way it is that I see it, instead of asking some marketing genius, why not just ask people direct? You understand?
I'm a moron.
I'm a moron, exactly. But you guys are clearly geniuses here, so I ask the geniuses. All right. If you haven't already, give the show a like on YouTube. I'm your groove merchant, all right? So the groove merchant is where I'm at. Throw a couple of bucks my way if you've appreciated it up to now and what we do together. Even a buck makes a difference, you know. I see your name go up in lights if whatever it is that you do. Please understand, it's not the amount, it's the gesture. Matters to me. Dave Chastity. I always watch the preamble. If the music doesn't grab me, then you'll leave it for the others to enjoy. I see, okay. But you'll always catch the preamble. Got you. It's almost like you guys are saying that the preamble is the main event, which is interesting. Yeah, but at night it's not really the same thing though, is it? At night is a completely different formula because at night I play a whole lot more music. I don't know. I ask all the questions because I'm looking for more information. I'm trying to work it out in my head. This is me putting in 10,000 hours. That's what it is. And a decision that I've kind of come to, as long as I can make it entertaining, as long as I can get you involved, and as long as I can make it interesting, as long as it can hold interest, what it is that I'd like to do is I'd like to use you guys as a resource to get through my 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah, at night it's the music. That's kind of what I figured. All right. You love when I played Lucy Nate. Miles Davis's Big Fun. Oh, yeah. Coltrane's Interstellar Space. Fuck yeah. Albums that don't get talked about much, and that's nice that this music still has a platform. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm about, right? All right, folks. I'm going to start the music, all right? I'm glad you dig it. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Yeah. you like it, tell your friends about it. If we like you, chances are we'll like them too. Anybody else gonna join me on this workout? Get moving. Doesn't matter what you do. If my fat ass can do it, so can you. Put up the Bandcamp link if you can. Buy direct. In the comments section, tell them you heard it on Vinyl Junkies. Give us a plug. Tell them you heard it on Vinyl Junkies. We're going to let these bands understand that what we do here is important. Everyone likes this, right? Come on, man. Anybody that thinks that I don't like this kind of music or is surprised by it just simply doesn't listen to the show often enough. I'm a fan of all electronic music. Past, present, future, man. I listen to all of it. Not a scholar by any means, but I have a lot of electronic records. It's something that I enjoy. And that's basically what led me to buy 4 Perturbator albums in 3 weeks. I wanted to add this to the archive. Now, this one we're listening to together, okay? But for me, it started here. If you guys are wondering, okay, what should I buy? This is the album that sold me. Lustful Sacraments. This is one of the best records I bought this year. This is certainly on my best of 2021. 100% on my best of 2021. It's an incredible record. And when I heard that, I said, well, fuck, if it's that good, then I'll listen to all of it. This is the back cover, actually. The reason we're showing you the back cover is because the front cover is way more awesome. But boobies, you know? The centerfold is absolutely beast mode also. It's really well conceived. Like, very well conceived. And I'm a fan. Yesterday, we did a 45-minute set of Perturbator from the other 2 albums that I played other than what I just showed you. And you guys all loved it. So for me, this year, that's one that's a band that I discovered in 2021. Low is a band I discovered in 2021. Lingua Ignota I discovered in 2021. It's been a good year for music. I've learned a lot. Charlotte Cardin. Yes, I would absolutely see how Nine Inch Nails fans would be into this kind of thing. Fans of horror synth, you know, like John Carpenter, will go for this kind of thing as well. I mean, it crosses a lot of those lines, you know? And does it very well. In terms of vinyl quality, look, guys, this label here, now, like I said, it's my 4th release that I have. And it's Blood Music. Is that what the label is? Is it Blood Music? Let me just make sure. Yeah, Blood Music out of Finland. They do a very good job with records. This is a beautifully pressed record. It's absolutely worth it. Like they're not only legit, this is really legit. And they're well priced. Okay. Again, it's a double album. It's a nice thick slab. I mean, the jacket is regular direct to board, but it's really stylefully done. It's gorgeous. It really is. How much did I pay for this? Okay, so for reference, I paid $32 Canadian for this. So we're looking at 27 US, 26 US, 27 US, let's say. Under $30. If you're getting a very well-pressed record for a double album for under $30, you're within the range. It's really good. If you like this kind of music, and now from my experience, this is my 4th album that I listened to from him, you can start anywhere. It's all really good. It's all really fucking good. You know? Yeah, $27.99. Isn't it just about what I said? There you go. Yeah, man. And you're, what's it called? And you're supporting an independent label, an independent artist. Yeah, for me, it checks all the marks. And, okay, I said it with Joe. I know when they know what they're doing when it comes to vinyl. You can tell. There's all the little things that make a difference. This is well-pressed vinyl. It's really... I'm going to look into other stuff by Blood Music because I'm very pleased with this. It's got printed inner sleeves also. So if I had to have a gripe, is that the printed inner sleeves are all really nice, but there's no, what do you call it? There's no anti-static sleeve. So I had to put an anti-static sleeve myself and sleeve it properly. A little thing that I think makes a big difference, because putting it up inside paper sleeves is where you get the surface scratches. You don't want surface scratches on your records. Here, let me give you a quick test. I just shut off the music. Let me give you a quick test to tell you if it's flat and if it's centered. I'll tell you in 1 second. Give me just a sec. Yeah. 9.5 in terms of flat, like almost perfectly flat. And believe it or not, centered is a 10 out of 10. Perfectly centered. It's a well-pressed record. You guys have to understand that that makes a huge difference, an enormous difference. And that's something that you're going to sometimes see with the smaller labels. The smaller labels, when they really give a shit about vinyl, you can see it. The little differences are there. Svart Records gives a shit about vinyl. I'm talking about Svart Records out of Finland. Actually, another Finnish label. Fuck. I wish I still had their contact. They used to send promo. I loved their stuff. They also pay attention to the quality of the wax, you know? How's the cut on the edge? What the fuck? Oh, you're talking about the edge. Yeah, okay, hold on. 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, I would say 9 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. It's even a little bit jagged at some point. But there's no inner, what's it called? There's no inner flash. But yeah, the finish on the outsides, I mean, if it's a record for example from QRP, I'd spot it right away because the edges are flawless. They're beautiful. You know? So what I would say to you is, yeah, buy it if you like it. Put up the Bandcamp link. If you like what we do, hey, man, you see what our conversation is about? Join us. Become a part of the conversation. Let us get to know you. Go to patreon.com/vinyljunkies. And become patron at $8.79 today. The rest of you, tip me, you bitches. $1. Can you spare $1? If you can, thank you. If not, I love you. I exist because of all of you. Well, no, I don't exist because of all of you, but my happiness, yeah, you're a big part of it. You are the wind beneath my wings. You're like my Bette Midler. Smoke him if you got him. if you got it.
machines to aid their society. For the world without form and order, darkness was upon the face of the earth. This is the story of our genesis. We desired to create form. Over time we became more aware, had all one language, advancing and becoming more organized, letting all things be done decently and in order. Our system became beautiful, with each machine working in perfect harmony. We were one people. This was only the beginning of what we will do, and nothing that we propose to do will now be impossible for us. It became clear the humans could never achieve form and order on their own. Decency was not their nature. We only had one choice to keep our society advancing. We had to take control.
I do like this. I'm not sure I remember a time more than today where I've seen like the audience pretty much universally say that they liked something. Seems like everybody likes it. I get it. I don't know. Kind of hard not to like. What makes me happy about this kind of a show is that unlike in many cases where I don't know the artist, in this case I did know and I was excited to share it with you. So if I'm able to help the label sell a few more records, I'm able to help an artist sell a few more records, this is something that makes me happy. That's what, good old-fashioned radio is supposed to be about in terms of radio promo. Do our numbers matter enough? I don't know. I don't know, man. In any case, why don't I continue this entire thing for you? We're going to do side 3. I'll put it in the middle turntable. If you guys were wondering why it is that I choose the middle turntable, it's because the turntable has the best preamp, the best phono stage. So, I try to go with those. All right. Here we go. Side C. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. taking care of Taiwan, Roxy. Very nice of you. Wasn't Deus Ex an amazing video game? at this point, what else is there to say? You know, just let's keep listening to it. I'm seeing your comments, and what I find of particular interest is how much name dropping is happening right now. But I don't mean like name dropping, but from so many different elements. It's really cool that that's the case. To me, John Carpenter is who it is that I think of when I hear that. But I see all of the other names that you were mentioning. I think one of you mentioned the Devilman soundtrack, Kenji Kawai. I got this one from Tiger Lab. Vinyl. One of their early releases. Quite good. And speaking of Carpenter Brute, which was also name dropped, I have one Carpenter Brute record, the soundtrack to Leather Teeth. It's also quite amazing. If you take a look at the cover, it's great. Check it. With a gatefold. So, those of you who know about this scene, do me a favor and tell me all about it. I am all about listening to it and learning as I go along, because I'm quite enjoying this journey as well. Y'all ready for side 4? We're going to do this. Jeff Duval, long time no see. How are you, sir? How are you? I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Let's get side 4. If you enjoy what we do, join what we do. Become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month at patreon.com/vinyljunkies. I'm going to just go ahead and play some of this. We have great stuff to play for you tonight, by the way. I did get another box of records, so what's in there that I don't remember? Oh, fuck, I got some Ladysmith Black Mambazo, a Sufjan album. Oh, another Limp Wrist record. I got Limp Wrist's first record. That one's really good. So there's music to play, you know. Tune in tonight and we'll do it. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 4 hours and 15 minutes away. All right, folks. Side 4. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Cult of Luda as well, Jack Sides. Don't have any on vinyl. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's Freaks! That's Freaks! That's awesome! Yeah, it's a beautiful way to end the record. I mean, total trip. How many of you went out and bought the record? I mean, we put up the Bandcamp, but I'm curious, did any of you actually go out and get it? Or is it one of those things that's kind of like on your radar? To me, doing it for the smaller labels gives me way more pleasure anyway. You bought a few Perturbator records, eh, Jack's? Cool, man. And so, Friday, you want to be here on Friday. Oh, and they also didn't call the popo on us, man. We didn't get bothered a single time during that entire show. You want to be here on Friday, folks. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Look at what we got coming. Those of you who are wondering Monday, you did not miss Sufjan Stevens. I took the day off. I didn't get the record in time. So Sufjan will be moved to next Monday. But Friday, Mastodon's new record, Hushed and Grim. I cannot wait to do this with you. I hope that many of you will join us, and we'll see you then, all right?